Hello everyone and welcome to MHS Sports on MHTV. I'm Jess Burton and today we're at Rockwood Field at Worcester State University as the 9th seed Magician softball team takes on the 4th seed Westfield Bombers in the semifinals of the MIAA Division II state tournament. The contest today is brought to you by the Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association. This association is responsible for governing, coordinating, and promoting educational athletics and aims to provide student athletes with the best high school experience possible. The MIAA stresses the values of interscholastic athletics, from discipline and commitment to sportsmanship and teamwork. Visit the MIAA website today at miaa.net and explore all they have to offer. The Bombers have taken the field as the number 9 seed Magicians will hit first as the representative road team here in this neutral site Final Four game. Two different paths taken by these two teams to get here throughout the bracket. Westfield has yet to face a top 10 opponent in Division II through their 3 tournament games. They beat 29th ranked Agawam 12-0. Then number 13, Leominster, 4-3 in the round of 16, and beat Notre Dame Academy, who's ranked 21st, 5-1 in the round of 8. But the Magicians, they're battle-tested. They've already knocked off 2 higher seeds to get here. The number 8 seed, Neshoba Regional, in the round of 16, and the top seed in Division II, number 1 ranked Silver Lake Regional, 4-3 in their most recent game. And the Magicians bench comes to life as Luca Bornhurst steps out to take her warm-up swings and gets ready to face Shay Hurley, the starting pitcher for Westfield. Hurley will be pitching to Grace Tremp behind the plate. And the Final Four is underway. That's fired in there for a strike by Hurley. Bornhurst swings, gets a piece of the second pitch that she sees, and is down 0-2 in the count. The infield behind Hurley goes Rior at third, Roel at short, Bouchard at second, and LePan at first. Bornhurst looks at a pitch just off the plate outside, and the count is 1-2. Luca has been absolutely outstanding all season long, but has really come to life in the second half and in the tournament. But swings and misses and strikes out in the first at-bat of this Final Four matchup. That'll bring up Isabel Mortensen. She'll be in right field when the Magicians play defense, and Haley Schmidt will follow her in the batting order. That's fouled off her hands. Hurley fires it in there, and the bunt is offered at by Mortensen. She missed. Quickly 2 strikes. That's too high. Mortensen gets a piece, stays alive in this at-bat. 1-2 is the count. That's fouled off by Mortensen, same direction towards the Westfield State dugout. A little late on it. The outfield for the Bombers is Leduc in left, Toporowski in center, and Murphy in right. This is grounded to short, and Mortensen is retired for the second out of the inning. That's Roel over to LePan. That brings up Haley Schmidt. Schmidt had a wonderful game defensively for the Magicians in the round of 16. In the upset over number 1 Silver Lake. The Magicians have won 21 games this season. They are 21-4, including the tournament games. Coming into today's game, Westfield 20-3, 41-7 combined record between the two teams. The two with dominant seasons as that one rolls in there. That's the worst pitch we've seen so far from Hurley, as she has been on point here so far in the first, delivering mostly strikes. Count is 1-1 with 2 down. That's fouled off over the bleachers. 2 strikes on Schmidt. Coming into today's game, including the tournament games, Westfield has won 9 straight. The Magicians had to start a new winning streak when the tournament began, as they lost their last regular season game. And Schmidt stays alive once again, about the same spot for that foul ball. They lost their last regular season game to Mansfield and then had to beat Mansfield in the round of 32. This is grounded, fair territory. Really nice play by the third baseman to get under the big hop and throw out Schmidt. 1-2-3 go the Magicians in the top of the first. Bottom of the first inning in the MIAA D2 Final Four matchup. Tessa Francis on the mound for the Magicians. She faces Sierra Toporowski, and Francis's first pitch is a ball. That's in there for a strike, and it gets an applause from the Magicians faithful that have made the trip out to Worcester today for the Final Four game. Good crowds on both sides. Have some fans line up against the center field wall and the bleachers behind home plate. A good atmosphere here. 1-2 as Toporowski got a piece of the last pitch. Francis deals. This is in the air to right field. And the catch is made by Mortensen. Isabel took a couple steps in, then realized it was going to be over her head if she kept coming in, backtracked, and was able to get under it. That brings up Kelsey Bouchard, playing second base for the Bombers and hitting second. Francis fires it in there. We have 2 hard throwing pitchers this afternoon. Francis showing off the fastball right there. Luca Bornhurst, one of the best to do it, is behind the plate. That's going to drop in fair territory. It's a tough spot. Andriano was playing in. Schmidt was deep. And we have our first base runner of the afternoon. It's Kelsey Bouchard. That'll bring up Grace LeDuc. Probably find out pretty quickly what kind of game we're going to have. We could have a pitcher's duel, as both these pitchers have been dominant for their squads all season long, but both these teams can really pour in the runs. And you do not want to test Luca Bornhurst if you are Bouchard. She will throw down to first. She had 2 pickoffs of base runners at first and 2 caught stealing in their last tournament game. That's fouled off. My mistake, that was against Neshoba Regional, in which Bornhurst had the 4 assists. That pitch is low. Bornhurst pops up quickly, but Bouchard gets back. 2 strikes on the hitter with 1 out. Double play chance for the Magicians on a ground ball. Francis lifts the pitch high. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. 11 shutout wins for Westfield this year, 8 shutout wins for the Magicians. That's low. It's going to be a full count. LeDuc battling back here. Looking at a few pitches from Francis out of the zone. That's too high, ball 4. And after being up in the count, 2 strikes, she walks her. Here it's 2 on with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. And we mentioned Westfield 20-3 overall. They were 10-0 in their league, and all 3 of their losses were 1-run losses, where all 4 of the Magicians' losses were shutout losses. Magicians will need to get base runners early, boost their confidence. Francis going to have to work out of a jam here early on. She worked out of plenty of them in their game against Silver Lake. She gave up 11 hits, walked 9, which is very uncharacteristic. They were still able to knock off the #1 seed in the bracket. That's a good pitch there over the plate. Forced a swing and a foul ball by Moya Primmy. A ball and a strike on Primney. Ball and 2 strikes, excuse me, 1 out. 2 runners on. That's lifted in the air, center field. Ashley Mortensen comes in, charges hard, makes the play. And that's 2 down, the runners stay put. Mortensen was really deep, had to go a long way. Read it well off the bat and makes the play. The Bombers have put 2 into the outfield, along with the single and the walk. 2 on, 2 outs. Francis' first pitch on the #5 hitter, Ali Rior, is high for a ball. Off speed from Francis. Bornhurst gallops out from behind the plate, doesn't throw it. Makes the runner scamper back. But 2 balls, no strikes. And if you see Francis looking down, looks like she has a lineup card in the pitcher's circle with her to decide what pitch to throw to what hitter. Swing and a miss there. 2-1. Here's the pitch. That whistles past the eyes of Rior for ball 3. Big pitch here for Francis. Comes back with a strike, and the count is full on the foul ball. There comes the 3-2 with 2 outs and 2 runners on. Off the hands to second base. Calianes charges, and she picks it up off the dirt for out number 3. At the very last second, able to make the catch. Francis out of the jam. And we're scoreless through 1. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Magicians in the second. Andriano, Calianes, and Francis. First pitch to Tessa Andriano is low for ball 1. Magicians went 1, 2, 3 in the first. with a strikeout and 2 groundouts. That's off the end of the bat, and it spins back into fair territory. That looked like it was going to go foul. No such luck for Andriano. And there's 1 down. Calianes digs in and fouls off the first pitch, which looked a little high. Umpire walks over to say something to the Magicians' dugout. He'll settle back in, but that's why there's a pause here. That's a called strike at the knees, a really good pitch. Right on the edge of the zone. 2 strikes on Calianes. That's outside. That's a sharp ground ball. Brings the second baseman, Bouchard, to her knees. She makes the play. Really nice stop by Bouchard. And Hurley has retired the first 5 she's seen. That's the best hit ball so far by the Magicians. Kelsey Bouchard, who just made that play at second, going over to the dugout. She also has the only hit of the afternoon so far. Maybe a contact issue, or it looks like maybe a cut on her hand. It's like they're doing something with their right hand. Westfield's coached by Tyson James. The Magicians coached by Johnny Gold, and continue to play for the late Todd Norman. Francis swings through a big cut on the first pitch she sees and fouls it off. Swing and a miss again. Francis looking in the box like she's trying to do some damage to help herself out here. With 2 huge swings. Here's the 0-2. Lets that one go by, and it's a ball. The 1-2, and she ended up looking at where she's going to head back to the dugout. Didn't keep her head in there on that swing. And the Magicians down in order again in the top of the second. They'll take to the field. We'll be right back. Bottom of the second inning, Allie LePan, the first baseman for the Bombers, steps in to face Tessa Francis. Francis got out of a first and second jam in the first inning. Magicians yet to have a base runner. But Francis starts this at-bat off with a strike. She fell behind a few batters with the first pitch in the first inning, so good start here in the second. And 0-2 count right away. That looks in there, but she doesn't get the call. Here's the 1-2. That is laced into left. And LePan is on. And that pitch that looked like a strike that Francis didn't get right there comes back to Coster on the next pitch. Second hit of the day for the Bombers, third base runner. The Bombers' biggest win this year was a 30-1 win over West Springfield. For the Magicians, their biggest win was a 22-0 win over Winthrop. Addison Rowell, the 7-hitter in the Bombers lineup. Looks at the 0-1 and is now down 0-2, and Bornhurst fires down to first. But LePan had her eye on her and gets back in time. But like I said, you don't want to test her. She'll whip it down there in a hurry. Rowell just gets a piece at the top of the barrel to hang in there. At least see one more pitch. There's another 0-2 coming from Tessa. Looking for her first strikeout. Well, again on it. Westfield not scared to swing the bat. And they're getting on Francis right now. She slows it down, but it bounces off the plate past Bornhurst. That's going to move LePan up to second. Big pitch here. 1-2. And that also looked like it was just at the bottom of the zone and is not called a strike. About the same pitch as the last one, but it's consistent, but that's got to be really, really close there. Francis is not getting the benefit of the doubt. Comes back with a changeup. It's a hard ground ball to Andriano. She makes a low throw, scooped up by McGovern for the out. But LePan, the runner, advances over to third on the throw. Just one out. Brings up Marlo Murphy. And the go-ahead run and first run of the afternoon, 60 feet away. Francis worked out of a pickle in the first, going to have to do it here in the second. Batter shows bunt, and it's foul. Murphy will probably try it again, looking for a sack bunt to score the run. Takes a peek down at the third base coach for the sign, then at her armband. Make sure she's got it right. Digs back in. Francis deals. She swings and misses. Coach pulled off the bunt, gave Murphy the green light. She blew through it. Here's the 0-2. Strike three. A huge strikeout for Francis. Her first of the afternoon. And now there's two strikes with the runner on third. They don't execute the sack bunt, and Marlowe goes down swinging. That brings up Grace Tremp, the 9-hitter and catcher. Just above the Bombers' letters on the jersey for ball one. That's a strike to even the count at one. LaPan singled as the first batter of the inning. Moved up to second on the pass ball. Moved up to third on the ground ball out. And is one strike away from being stranded there. Francis ahead in the count, 1-2. With 2 down. Here's the pitch. Strike 3! Back-to-back Ks for Francis, and she gets out of the inning. We're scoreless after 2. The MIAA would like to remind you that high school sports provide an extension of the classroom where students learn to pursue excellence, the value of working with others towards a common goal, playing within the structure of established rules, discipline, loyalty, and emotional control. The MIAA urges you to demonstrate your support for these values and for our young people by attending high school competitions in your community. We'll be back. Sophia Hollisey leads off the 3rd inning for the Magicians and swings and misses at the first pitch she sees from Shea Hurley. Hurley has retired. First 6 Magicians in order. With 2 strikeouts so far, and is ahead in the count 0-2 here to Sophia. He's out in left field this afternoon. Already had to field a couple balls out there. And the hits by the Bombers. That's outside. The 1-2, a little bit inside, brushes Hollisey off the plate. There's that 2-2, that's low. And from 0-2 to full, Hollisey works back in the count. She's got to protect here. Stays alive, getting a piece. Magicians looking for their first base runner. Hurley looking for a 3rd K. Neither going to happen yet. Hollis is going to see at least one more pitch. Continuing to battle. That's her 3rd foul ball of the at-bat. Hurley's pitch. Hollisey gets a piece into center field. And Toporowski charges and makes the catch. Toporowski, who just made that catch, put one into center in her first at-bat, the leadoff at-bat for Westfield. Now both center fielders have had to make very similar play. That first pitch to Nora Mahan is fouled back into the trees. Mahan getting the start this afternoon in a big spot. She's speedy. Johnny Gold hoping her addition to the lineup will add that extra speed. Lila McGovern is the player that won't hit this afternoon. Mahan's at bat will continue. Nora not in the field today. Designated player. Just hitting. That's another reason she's in there. Good patience and a good eye at the dish. Looks at a ball just off the black. 1-2 with 1 down here in the top of the 3rd. Mahan puts it in play. It bounces off the 3rd baseman to the shortstop, and Marblehead has their first base runner. That's a hit. The first hit comes from the 8-hole. It bounced off Rior over to roll, and she didn't have a play. Again, that good speed by Mahan. She was hustling down the line. In there easy. And that brings up the 9-hitter, Ashley Mortensen. Shows bunt, pulls back. Mahan's running, and she's in there. An awkward slide. I hope she's all right. Dug that left knee into the dirt really hard. Looks like she'll be all right. She'll laugh it off. The ball was juggled by the catcher, Tremp. She never got the throw off. Coach Gold over to check on Mahan as well. She's going to stay in the game. And Magicians' first base runner is in scoring position. The pitch to Mortensen was a ball as she pulled back the bunt. That's a strike right over the plate. Mortensen has done damage in the 9-hole as of late. She's piled together a few good games in a row and has a chance to drive in the first run here. Again shows bunt and pulls back on a ball and is ahead in the count, 2-1. Third baseman Rior way in and continues to charge as Mortensen fouls this bunt off. That forces the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Mortensen will be swinging from here on out. Fouled off. She swings and misses. Third strikeout for Hurley. Now there's 2 down in the inning. Mahan's on second. That brings up Luca Bornhurst, top of the order. She struck out to start the game. Looking to put together a better at-bat here. She almost had an RBI. That was ripped past third base, but foul. But Bornhurst is up there to hit. She attacks, usually on the first pitch she sees like that one. Hurley winds, deals off speed. It floated in there beneath Bornhurst's knees almost the entire time. 1-1. One and two on a pitch out on the black on the outside portion of the plate. Good looking pitch from Hurley to get back ahead in the count. She's a strike away from getting out of the first jam she's put herself in today. Luca rips it, and the Magicians are going to take the lead. If Mahan can get home, she does. And Bornhurst, an RBI double. The play at the plate, closer than I thought. One nothing. Here in the final four, MHS on top. The 2-out magic for Marblehead. What a stretch of games Bornhurst has put together here towards the end of the season and into the tournament. She has carried it over. She is an absolute force. 1-1 on Mortensen. That last pitch, a ball outside. A lefty on righty here. Mortensen takes another ball. Mortensen grounded to short in her first at bat. Grounds that way again. Slow roller. And they just get her by a half step. But the Magicians take the lead on the RBI double by Bornhurst. She drives home Nora Mahan, and the Magicians lead it 1-0 after 2.5. Back to the top of the order for the Westfield Bombers, now trailing 1-0 to the Magicians. Bottom of the third inning. And Francis, coming off back-to-back strikeouts to end the second, delivers a ball to begin the third. Two and 0. Toporowski flied to center. And her first at bat. This is going to find the outfield too. This one going to drop in front of Mortensen. As they did in the second, they get the leadoff hitter on. See if they can get her in. They stranded her at third last inning. That was Allie LePan. Kelsey Bouchard singled off Francis in the first inning. She steps in and takes the ball high. The MHS softball team, the second team from Marblehead to reach the Final Four, Division II. Boys hockey team went on to win the state title, taking out the numbers 3, 2, and 1 seeds on their way to it, earning themselves the trophy and some jewelry. The Magicians have already knocked off the top seed in the bracket, looking to take out the 4th seed here in the Bombers. A big cut by Bouchard. Comes up empty. Francis ahead in the count 1-2. Bouchard fouls it off. Let's keep the at-bat going. And that hits her. That rode up and in on Bouchard and got in there quick. No time to get out of the way. She's already been taped up once for a cut on her hand. That one caught her, looks like on the same hand. The first base coach for the Bombers is going to call out other member of the coaching staff and the trainer to take a look at Bouchard. I thought it hit her on the front bicep, but it looks like maybe it got past her or got a piece of both, her bicep and her top hand on the bat. Bouchard's going to tough it out and stay in there. And the Bombers, like they did in the first inning, have 2 base runners. This time, no outs. They put ducks on the pond in all 3 innings so far. But Francis has battled out of both situations. Gonna have to work hard here. This one drops in front of Andriano. She makes the running throw over to the covering Calianes, as McGovern was also charging the bunt. What a great play. Andriano was a half step from making the play in the air, but gathered it, controlled, and made a great throw. It's a little bit difficult with some traffic in front of her. The out goes 5-4, but the runners do advance. So it's second and third for the Bombers with one out. And their cleanup hitter, Moya Premny, in the box. Premny takes it in close to the body for ball one. Foul ball makes it 1-1. Premny flew out to center as the second out of the first inning. Swing and a miss. Francis looking for her third K of the day. And it's fouled. Up high off the screen. Another 1-2 pitch coming from Francis. Toporowski on third. Bouchard on second for the fourth-seeded Bombers, who trail the ninth-seeded Magicians 1-0. Francis takes something off of it. Rolling to short. Schmidt fires across. Makes the play. Can they double her up at third? No, she's in there safely. And a run is across to tie the game at 1. Toporowski was off on the crack of the bat from third base. And it's an RBI for Premny. Bouchard now on third. And Ali Rior in the batter's box. Fastball from Francis. Bornhurst dives and can't make the play. Just missed. The 0-1 pitch from Francis. Check swing. Ball. Called strike. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The go-ahead run on third base. Francis deals. And Rior gets a piece just off the top of the barrel. Another 1-2. Another foul ball. Francis and Bornhurst get on the same page for this pitch. Fastball popped up. Third base side. And Andriano watches it. It stays in play. She must have thought that was going to go over the fence. They may have been able to make a play on that. Let's hope that doesn't come back to get them. Change up. Rior reaches out, fouls it off. Rior had that little looper to Calianes at second. She made a great play on it to catch it in the air. Their first at bat, that's high. 2-2 with 2 outs. And we're seeing a lot of pitches here. Strike 3 called. Francis rings her up to end the third, and the Bombers have left 2 runners on third base. They do tie it in the inning, and we're going to go to the 4th, knotted at 1. Haley Schmidt will lead off the top of the 4th inning here in the Division II Final Four, tied up at 1. Her second at bat against Shea Hurley. Starts off with a strike. Schmidt grounded to third, her first time up. And that should be a base hit, and it is. Drops in front of the center fielder, and the Magicians have a base runner to begin the 4th. First time they've got the leadoff hitter on. That brings up Tess Andriano. Tess, known for power, shows bunt, pulls back. The throw down to second on the Schmidt steal goes into center field, but she'll stay put at second. But the Magicians, known for their aggressive base running. On the first pitch, after Schmidt gets on, she steals second, and she's in scoring position. She represents the go-ahead run. Andriano will be swinging away here. Big cut, little piece. Off-speed pitch completely fooled her, and she strikes out. 4th strikeout for Hurley. Francis has 3 on the other side, and in clutch moments, and in both the second and third with strikeouts with runners on in scoring position. Calianes attacks the first pitch she sees and fouls it off. She grounded to second her first time up. She's in the second inning. Hurley retired the first 6 Magicians she saw. Calianes lays down a soft bunt on a soft pitch. She moves the runner up, but had that been a fastball, might have been in better position for Calianes to get on. But with 2 outs, a sac bunt moves Schmidt up to third, and Tessa Francis swings and misses. She's taking some big cuts. She's got to keep her head in there. Makes contact, back to the pitcher, and Hurley sends it over to first to end the top of the 4th. The Magicians strand a run 60 feet away. For Westfield, it'll be Allie LePan to begin the inning. She led off the second with a single. Got all the way to third, but then was stranded there. Swings and misses at the first pitch in this at-bat. That's popped up and foul over the dugout. Francis quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. Strike 3 in the dirt. Bornhurst going to make the throw down to first. Great controlled throw to McGovern. And it's back-to-back strikeouts to end the third and start the fourth for Francis. She has 4 total. Brings up Addison Rowell. Foul on the first pitch. Tess Andriano retired her on a ground ball in the second. A high pitch from Francis. Big hack by Roll. Comes up empty. The 1-2 just above the letters. Ball 2. One game, bottom 4 in the final 4. Foul ball. This popped up in the infield. Andriano's under it. Reaches up, makes the catch. 2 down. First pitch to Murphy, foul ball. Both teams have fouled off a ton of pitches this afternoon. That pitch a touch high. This is into center. It drops for a base hit. Marlo Murphy is on with a 2-out single. That brings up Grace Tremp. Both Murphy and Tremp struck out in the second inning while they had LePan on third. So Tremp up, and now the base runner on first. We'll see if Westfield gets aggressive here, but I doubt they test Bornhurst, especially with 2 outs. That's outside, ball and a strike on Tremp. That's over the inside part of the plate for strike 2. Two outs, bottom of the fourth, tie game. The 1-2, strike 3. She has ended the last 3 innings with strikeouts. It's her 5th of the afternoon, and we will head to the top of the 5th. Tied at 1. We'd like to remind you that MHTV is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, so if you're enjoying this production of MHS Sports on MHTV, please consider making a donation by visiting our website, marbleheadtv.org, Then clicking on the donate button. 5th inning coming up. Back for the top of the 5th inning in the MIAA Division II Final Four between the number 9 seed Magicians and the 4th seeded Bombers from Westfield High School, who are tied at 1. And it is Sophia Hollisey to begin the inning. She fouls off a bunt on the second pitch. Count even at 1. These two teams with a 41-7 combined record. Both teams over 20 wins in the season. And Sophia Hollisey puts it into center field. And the Magicians have the leadoff hitter on for the 2nd straight inning. And Nora Mahan steps in. She has been a little spark plug here at the back end of the Magicians lineup. She shows bunt and fouls it off. Mahan singled in the 3rd inning, stole second right away, and then was driven home with 2 outs by Luca Bornhurst. Mahan check swing at the second pitch, and it's in there for a called strike. That's off the plate. The winner of this Final Four matchup will play the winner of Bedford and Walpole. Bedford the 7 seed, Walpole the 3 seed in the bracket. Hollisey's running. The pitch is offline. It hits Hollisey, lands underneath her. She's safe at second, but Mahan strikes out. So a little good with a little bad there. It's probably a hit and run. That ended up just being a stolen base. A runner in scoring position for the Magicians with 1 out here in the 5th. Brings up Ashley Mortensen, who's been clutch as of late. Hitting out of this 9 spot. Big opportunity for her here. That's fouled aside. And 2 strikes quickly on Mortensen. And that hits Mortensen. We haven't seen many off-speed pitches from Hurley, but that was a bad one. She didn't have any control over where that pitch was going. First base was open. Now it's occupied by Mortensen, and we're back to the top of the order, and Bornhurst has a chance for more RBIs with 2 runners on and a chance to give her team the lead here in the 5th. Always swinging at the first pitch, but comes up empty. Just 1 out. This is in the air to left field, right field. It's caught. Hollisey's tagging, long throw behind Hollisey, and both runners move up on the sac fly from Bornhurst. So with 2 outs, the go-ahead run is 60 feet away for Isabel Mortensen. Sister Ashley on second. Hollisey on third. Hurley fires. Fastball, low. 2 balls, no strikes. Again, first base is open. You don't want to load them if you're Hurley. Called strike. 2-1. Ground ball to third. You're going to come across to first. Hard throw in time. And the Magicians strand 2, and we are still tied at 1 here in the Final 4 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Back to the top of the order for Westfield to begin the 5th inning. Sierra Toporowski, who's 1 for 2 and has scored the only Westfield run today. And a ball 1. A tight strike zone for Francis, especially in the lower part of the zone. That continues there with that pitch. Off the hands to second. Calienes makes the play. Bouchard 1 for 1 and hit by a pitch, but has reached twice. She is the only Bomber to be on base multiple times today. Francis starts off with a strike. Comes back with another one. Tessa deals, it's popped up. Bornhurst pops out from behind the plate and makes the play. 2 down. Grace LeDuc next up for the Bombers. Francis looking to go 1, 2, 3 and end them quickly here in the 5th. I mentioned at the top, both these teams have scored a ton of runs this season, but they also don't allow many. We weren't sure what kind of game we're going to have, whether it be a high-scoring affair or a pitcher's duel, but it has turned out to be a pitcher's duel. This is a ripped foul. Line drive over the fence into the woods. Two strikes on LeDuc. Ground ball, first base. McGovern picks it up and ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers in the 5th. Haley Schmidt will lead off the 6th inning for the Magicians. Not a lot of rest for Shea Hurley and the Bombers defensively as they went 1, 2, 3 very quickly in the bottom of the 5th. Schmidt fouls off the first pitch she sees. Haley got on base to begin the 4th, has also grounded out to end the 1st. Called strike. Schmidt down in the count, 0-2. Off the plate outside. Hurley has 5 strikeouts. So does Francis on the Marblehead side. Francis have come in clutch moments, as we've talked about. And Schmidt stays alive. The foul ball there. Schmidt lifts it into the outfield, into left, and the play is made by LeDuc. They'll bring up Tess Andriano 0 for 2 today. Grounded to first and struck out. Hurley rung her up on an off-speed pitch in her last at-bat. That's ripped foul. Hot line drive. Continued to shade towards the fence and away from the foul line. That's low from number 21 to number 21. 1-1 is the count. 1-1 is the score. Top of the 6th inning. Strike 2. One of these teams is going to need some late inning magic here in the Final Four to advance to the Division II championship game. State championship will be played at UMass Amherst. This was a long ride for the Magicians. They hope to take another one in a few days. There's a 2-2 count on Andriano. Fouls it off. The Magicians knocked off the 1 seed Silver Lake in the Elite Eight. Andriano not fooled this time, or even if she was able to find it and get a piece. But Hurley went back to the pitch that struck her out in her last at-bat. Magicians hoping to knock off the 4 seed here and would love a chance at the 7 or 3 seed in the final. They need base runners. They need at least 1 run. Andriano's not going to get it for him as she heads back to the dugout after the strikeout. That brings up Ruby Calientes, who's grounded out and has a sac bunt, which she reached on. Swing and a miss on the 1-0 pitch. That's low. Calientes will see another 2-2 with 2 outs. Ripped up the middle and she's on. A 2-out hit for the Marblehead captain, Ruby Calientes. And that's going to bring up Tessa Francis, who has a chance to drive home Calientes and give herself a lead when she gets back out there for the bottom of the 6th inning. She has done that time and time again this season, helped herself out on the mound while at the plate, including in one of their tournament wins, which she hit a home run while also going a complete game and striking out 10 batters in the game versus Neshoba. Francis looks at a ball to begin her at bat. Kalyanes has been pinch run for to get a bit more speed on the base paths. It's Anna Sokolov taking her place at first. And Francis is ahead in the count, 2-0. I'm sure that Hurley knows the scouting report on Francis. Swings and misses. Francis has struck out and grounded back to the pitcher. It's the 2-1 pitch. It's popped out of play. 2-2, 2 outs, tie game. Top of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. In the air. Towards left and out of play. Here's the 2-2 with 2 outs. That's high. Sokolov stealing. The throw down is dropped. And it's a full count. And the Magicians have the go-ahead run at second. The full count pitch. She swings through it and strikes out. They strand Sokolov at second. And Francis is going to have to shake off that frustration and focus because she's going back out there to face the heart of the Bombers lineup in the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th inning, Moya Premny steps in for the Bombers. She's their cleanup hitter. She knocked in their only run of the day. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. Despite the RBI, she is 0 for 2. That came on a ground ball out. She's also flown out to center. That is a hard ground ball to Schmidt. What a play! Oh, and McGovern can't make the scoop. That was an outstanding play at short by Schmidt. That was absolutely drilled. And then the low throw, McGovern had it for a moment, dropped it, and the Bombers have the leadoff runner on. She'll be pinch hit for. Excuse me, pinch run for. I think I said pinch hit for. Tristan Masnick is the runner. Attempted bunt is fouled off. Masnick was running no matter what. Ali Rior, the batter, takes the strike inside. 2 strikes on Rior, who's 0 for 2. That's high. Bornhurst pops up, and Masnick is way off first base. Bornhurst has got to be looking down there with wide eyes. The pitch from Francis is into foul territory, and Andriano can't chase it down. Francis on the rubber, fires in there. Into left field. Hollisey drops it, but Masnick wasn't sure if she's going to make the catch or not, hesitated. And they're only able to move up to second base instead of get over to third. But Hollisey should have made the play. That's an error on her. Now this is the toughest spot Francis and the Magicians have been in all day. 2 on with no outs. I don't know how Francis is feeling, but again, she struck out to end the top of the 6th with Mahan on second. Or excuse me, Sokolov was on second, running for Calianes. So again, maybe some of that frustration carrying over into this inning, and now in a really difficult spot with 2 runners on with no outs. Let's see how she works out of it. She battled out of 2 tough situations in the opening innings. The batter is Allie LePan. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Bornhurst throws down to third. She got her! We have talked all day. You do not want to challenge the arm of Bornhurst. She shows why right there. Guns down the lead runner on the double steal at third base. What a massive out. And Francis comes back with a strike. Swing and miss. A ball and 2 strikes on LePan. Rior on second, representing the go-ahead run. The 1-2, just a bit high. The 2-2 is fouled off. Francis wheels, deals. Oh, good frame by Bornhurst, but the ump says too far inside. The count is full. Francis fires, fouled up and over the backstop into the stands. The 3-2. Ball 4. The first walk allowed by Francis since the first inning. She did hit a batter in between, but that's the first free pass base on balls. So runners on first and second now with 1 out. Double play opportunity for the Magicians infield. McGovern catches it for the second out, and Addison Rolls retired on one pitch. That is exactly what the doctor ordered. That brings up Marlo Murphy. She struck out and singled. Strike from Francis. One game. Division II Final Four. Bottom of the 6th inning. 2 runners on for the Bombers. Francis fires. Strike 2. She is 1 strike away from getting out of another jam. The pitch popped up, and Bornhurst doesn't have a play. It looks like it may have skimmed the backstop. She needed just a little bit more space back there to make that play. Another 0-2 pitch coming. Toes the rubber. Fires. And she just got a piece. The batter fully extended. Fouls it off. We'll see another from Francis right here. Ground ball way ahead of it. Fouled it off the home dugout. All this happening with 2 strikes. No balls in the at-bat. Francis fires high. Rior is on second base. She's been there for a long time. LePan is on first. The 1-2. Strike 3! Absolutely incredible. What a play by Bornhurst to gun the runner out on the double steal. And Francis again takes matters in her own hands and ends the inning with a strikeout with 2 runners on. We're going to the top of the 7th, hoping for some late magic from Marblehead. The Magicians will hit in the top of the 7th. Tied at 1 here with the Westfield Bombers in the MIAA Division II Final Four. Sophia Hollisey, as she has twice already today, will lead off the 7th inning. She led off the 3rd with a flyout. Led off the 5th with a single and almost took out our camera with the first pitch here in the 7th. And quickly 2 strikes on Hollisey. The Magicians lost assistant coach Todd Norman at the beginning of the season. They wear the TN on the left sleeve of their jerseys. The fan base in front of us here, well represented, wearing the Todd Norman Memorial t-shirts. We're about to find out if they're a team of destiny. And they may make believers out of all of us if they can pull this one out. Hollisey faces another 0-2 pitch. Drills it back to the pitcher. It's off her glove. Quick throw from second. It gets her in time. Bouchard well positioned to make the play even off the deflection, off the glove of Hurley. One down in the top of the 7th. Brings up Nora Mahan. Nora singled in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th. She scored the only Magician run. Nora was not an everyday player all season long, has been inserted to the lineup more consistently towards the back end of the season to add speed. She has a stolen base today. One of the reasons the Magicians were able to get on the board was she was able to move up a base on the stolen base. And then driven in from second by Luca Bornhurst. Offers a bunt there. Is in a hole, 0-2. That pitch is off the plate. This is trouble. Light fly ball, but it's caught. Right fielder makes a nice play. That's Marlo Murphy. Looked like that one might drop in, but no such luck for the Magicians. Two outs in the inning. This is in the air. And that is caught, and the Magicians go quickly, 1-2-3 in the 7th. Final at bat for the Bombers coming up. And then we might be headed to extras here in the final 4. Bottom of the 7th inning. MIAA Division II Final 4, tied at 1. Pinch hitter in the 9 spot here for the Bombers. Sophie Svantensen to face Francis for the first time. Francis begins with a ball. The Bombers going to look to walk off here into the championship. And explode the Magicians' dream of a state title in the process. Francis comes back with a strike. They want another at-bat. What a game from both pitchers here this afternoon. Hurley has 7 strikeouts for the Bombers. Francis now has 7 strikeouts for the Magicians. 1 out in the 7th. The pinch hitter leaves her bat on her shoulder and walks back to the dugout. Top of the order for Westfield. Toporowski, 1 for 3. On the ground, McGovern's got to get back to the base. Miscommunication between Calientes and McGovern. And Toporowski is on. That should have been a routine play. And there was confusion between 2 of the more experienced players on the Magicians lineup. And the winning run is aboard. That brings up Kelsey Bouchard, 2 for 3. And looks at strike 1. And I keep making that mistake. She is 1 for 2 and was hit by a pitch. She has reached twice. And 1 out. She shows bunt right back towards the pitcher. More miscommunication, and this time it's Francis who misfires. And Toporowski goes first to third. And the winning run is 60 feet away for the Bombers. The Magicians need a huge out. Francis has gotten a bunch of them Needs 2 here. Double play opportunity for the Magicians is out there. Think they might try to throw home, possibly as well. They're going to force a force out at every base by walking Grace LeDuc intentionally. So now they can turn 2 by throwing home first. They don't need to put a tag down. It's a smart play by Johnny Gold and the Magicians. Westfield bouncing around on the base pass. They feel good about the spot they're in. And they have their cleanup hitter up. Moya Premny has the only RBI of the game. Both runs for either team, one apiece. They've come in the 3rd inning. No one's scored since. Strike 1 from Francis. The Magicians have been so strong defensively for games now, and 2 miscommunications here in the 7th could cost them. Anything on the ground, they'll be throwing home. Strike 2! Does she have it in her? Another strikeout in a huge spot. She needs it. She winds and deals. It's off the hands to Caliente. She makes the play. She can double her up. She got her! She got her! A double play to end the 7th inning! What a play! The captain, Caliente, and McGovern this time on the same page. That's the magic that they needed. They earned themselves another at-bat, and they're going to try to go ahead here in extras. Wow. What a way to end the 7th when the Bombers thought they had it in hand. A double play. Caliente to McGovern. The Magicians coming up in the 8th. We're into extra innings. Tied at 1 in the Division II Final 4. This is popped up. A few steps into the outfield. Tough play. The shortstop and left fielder collide, and the shortstop still able to hang on. And that gets Bornhurst as she again attacks the first pitch she sees and flies out. Isabel Mortensen, 0 for 3, looking to turn her day around right here and get on base. Hurley still firing heaters in there. Or strike 1. It's going to be Hurley and Francis battling it out the whole way, I assume, unless we get real deep into extras. The 0-2 to Mortensen. She strikes out. The Division I Final 4 game is set to be played after this game wraps up. The back-to-back-to-back state champion Taunton Tigers wait to take the spot of the Magicians in the dugout. They're going to watch one of these teams advance to the championship game first, and the Magicians have a chance to take the lead with a base runner here in the 8th with 2 outs. As Schmidt fires a single into center. And that brings up Tess Andriano. Has struck out twice and grounded out to first, and she's got to be aware of the off-speed pitch. That's rung her up twice. You know Hurley's thinking about it. She'll throw her one. It's just about when. Fastball this time. The catcher bobbles it, and Schmidt is safe at second on the stolen base. Second stolen base for the Magicians today. And it's the second time Grace Tremp has bobbled the ball on steal attempts. Pitch was a strike, and Andriano with the sleeves rolled up Down 0-2 in the count with 2 outs. Hurley fires. It's low. I'd be guessing off speed's coming right here. She has another pitch to spoil. The 1-2. Fastball. Andriano caught up to it. Hangs in there with a foul tip. It's a late swing from Tess. I think she was also thinking changeup. There it is. And Schmidt takes third. The slow pitch, no throw, and the go-ahead run 60 feet away with 2 outs here in extra innings. The 2-2 pitch to Andriano. It's down! An RBI single for Andriano, and the Magicians lead it 2-1 in the 8th inning. The sophomore sensation, Tess Andriano, comes to life here in extras, laces one into right. Quite possibly the winning run across the plate for the Magicians as Haley Schmidt scores, steals 2 bases on her way from first to home. Ruby Calientes fouled off the first pitch. That one makes the backstop, and Andriano's going to take second standing. Now Andriano's going to be pinch run for. Kellyanne Salem will take her place. And everybody greets Andriano at the dugout with helmet slaps and hugs. Putting the team up by 1. That's a ground ball. Chopper to second. And the inning is over, but the Magicians take a 2-1 lead into the bottom of the 8th. Last chance for the Bombers. Tessa Francis and the Magicians defense huddle up in the pitcher's circle. They are 3 outs away from a state championship trip to Amherst in a couple of days to face either the number 3 seed or 7 seed. And they have had that late inning magic. They might be a team of destiny. Westfield had the bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out. And a double play got the Magicians out of it. They scored the go-ahead run in the top of the 8th. And they're going to try to close out the number 4 team. Francis on the rubber. First pitch of the bottom of the 8th, called strike. It's Allie Rior. That's into the stands, 2 strikes. Not only did they get the double play to get out of the inning, but the first inning was a double steal in which Bornhurst threw out the lead runner at third. Rior stays alive. Rior was the trail runner in that double steal. She went from first to second, and she never made it home. The 0-2. Past Andriano at third and into the outfield. And the lead runner on for Westfield. That brings up Allie LePan. She is singled and then was stranded at third base back in the second inning. She struck out and walked. Fouls off the first pitch. Strike two. Right at the knees. Fly ball. Foul. Dangerous spot just past the foul line. That absolutely would have scored Rior if it was fair. That's a big if. Another 0-2 pitch coming here from Francis. Off speed, popped up with a looper, back to Tessa, and she makes the play. Just outside the circle. One out. The Magicians are 2 outs away from a trip to the state championship. Addison roll. 0 for 3 on the day. Strike one. Low pitch. 1-1. Strike two. Fouled off to Magicians' dugout. Count stays at 1-2. 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. This Division II Final Four game pushed into extra innings by some wild plays. Then tight all the way through. Bombers have the tying run on first. Oh, the Magicians fans wanted strike 3. They can't believe it's not. Francis has been squeezed a bit. She comes back with the 2-2 and strikes her out. Got her chasing on a low fastball. And the Magicians are 1 out away. Eighth strikeout for Francis. Marlo Murphy is the last hope for the number 4 seed, Westfield Bombers. Ball 1 to Murphy. Ball 2 low. Here's the pitch. Strike called. Right down the heart of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Called strike 2. Off the end of the bat, into right field. Mortensen almost had a play at first, but this one is not over yet. The Bombers will not go away easily. The tying run on second, the winning run on first. A pinch hitter for Grace Tremp. It's again Sophie Svattensen. Francis toes the rubber. This is hard hit into right. It's over Mortensen's head. The tying run is in. And the Bombers walk it off. A game-winning double in extra innings sends the 4th seed Westfield to the state championship and breaks the hearts of the Magicians. The hardest hit ball of the day off of Francis comes in the game-winning at-bat. The second at-bat by Sophie Svettensen wins the game for the Bombers. It looked like they had the magic. It looked like they were the team of destiny, but it ends up being heartbreak at both the beginning and the end of the Magician season. The final score from Rockwood Field, 3-2. The Bombers win it in the Division II Final Four. One final message from the MIAA. A well-rounded education is one that is not only academically oriented, but one that also includes physical, social, and emotional development. Interscholastic athletics provide the other half of education. The MIAA encourages you to support your local high school athletic teams throughout the school year. In a game that had absolutely everything, ups, downs, big plays in the field, and big at-bats when it mattered most. The final score, once again, the number 4 seed, Westfield Bombers 3. The number 9 seed, Marblehead Magicians season comes to an end, losing by 1, 3-2, the final score. For all of us here at MHTV Sports, I'm Jess Burton. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.